Okay, so let's get a little bit more technical and talk about content and data and growth and sort of the intersection between the three, because another thread throughout your career seems to be content and the fact that you sort of came into this world by being a writer. And I'm assuming, given you are selling a relatively high consideration product, that content is a big part of your strategy. So tell me a little bit about how you guys think about the role of content, the role of data, the role of growth, and the intersection between the three.
Yeah, it's a good question and a very high level question. So I think a couple of things. When I started the marketing team 5 years ago, 7 people. Today it's between 30 and 35. And one of the areas where we've really invested is on the content front. And
Hmm.
so when I started, we were publishing to the Stack Overflow blog once a week, seeing about 30,000 page views a month. And today that team is now, it was one person, one relatively junior person. Now it's 3 people with a bench of freelancers and permalancers. We're publishing daily to the blog. We've also launched a newsletter and we've launched a podcast. The newsletter reaches about 1.2 million people every week. The blog, 400,000 page views a month now. And the podcast was downloaded something like 600,000 times last year. And so the content channels, the sort of spokes from the hub that is a public platform, have been so popular that we've been able to monetize them to the tune of about $2 million per year, which is exciting.
Wow.
And we've been able to do some really like thoughtful and considerate developer marketing through them. So, I'm really proud of that and the team and all they've accomplished there. And, I'm grateful that our company has seen the value of investing in creating that content because it's not cheap and it's not easy to do. So that's one thing. I think the other thing is that, how sort of data comes into play is we've taken a pretty thoughtful approach to how we evolve our content strategy. A theme of our conversation is that like not every persona is the same and people will acknowledge that, but they actually won't act on it. And so like when I started, I was so used to, traditional marketing, if you will, not technical marketing. And so I thought, okay, like let's do some listicles for the blog, pivy content, Q&As. And what turned out to be true of developers is like they like really meaty, deeply
Hmm.
technical, long content. So some of our most popular blog posts are like 3 to 5,000 words published in 2 to 3 parts that outline how we solved a deeply technical problem or how we built something that we released. And so leaning into that has been critical to establishing the credibility of our platforms. So that's one. And then the other, I think, is that from a content and data perspective, like again, it's been increasingly important in this economic environment that we really lean into the ROI message. And so we've built a number of calculators and business value tools so that, we've of course invested in case studies and the equivalent. But what we really want to signal to people is like, here are some example data of what it would look like if you were to integrate our tool into your company. And, I think we've really invested in things like analyst relations in that regard as well.
Love that. I love the fact that you actually are making money from your content initiatives. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've heard that before. Um,